Tunnel Ferry.
Funny though, they didn't mention anything about a mask.
Now here are Regis Philbin and Kelly Ripa.
How you doing? Oh, boy. Gentlemen, these people think I'm David Bowie. Yes, he's here. He's here today.
Can you believe it?
Oh, boy, really a legend. Just a big legend. Anyway, it's Thursday, October 10th, 2002. A little gloomy outside, a little rain coming tomorrow. And on Saturday, so we'll put them on anyway.
I said it before, I'll say it again. I love working here. This is such a great country.
David Bowie on the show today. Bowie. Bowie.
David Bowie.
Uh-oh, what's going on here? Now, there's David with the wild eyes, and here's the name of his CD, Heathen. Well, we'll hear about that and what
I
that's
saw
all
him
about.
this morning
Yeah.
in the dressing room, and it's like something you're not. I knew he was coming, but I still wasn't prepared to see him. And so you know me, I'm very cool when the celebrities come in, and I go, "Hi, I love you, and I saw you in 1985, the Philadelphia Spectrum, and I was in the third row, and you looked at me. Do you remember me?"
No?
No.
No. Wild trivia, come on, you. Gosh, that was David 30 years ago, 1972, Suffragette City.
Oh my God!
You believe that?
1972.
Yeah, he's a real legend.
He's like timeless, though. His music is like always played forever and ever.
On the phone, Tabitha Welch from Dyersburg, Tennessee. How you doing, Tabitha?
I'm fine. Hi.
Good. Number 7. Congratulations, Tabitha. David Bowie coming up next. We'll be back.
These are the strangest of all. These are the nights.
Still ahead on Live, we'll talk with Cosmopolitan Magazine's hottest hunks. And coming up next, David Bowie.
Disney's most beloved animated motion picture, available for the first time on Disney DVD. A new version so vibrant, it's like experience.
Hey, tomorrow on our show, Tony Danza will be here.
That's right, and James Vanderbeek.
And Jonathan Jackson.
Yes, I know him from his General Hospital
Oh,
days.
that's right.
Yeah,
Talk
sure.
everlasting now.
That's right.
All right, his music career spanned 4 decades. His influence will span a lifetime. A huge music legend has sold over 1 million albums. His new one is called Heathen. Please welcome the one and only David Bowie.
I'm so pleased that you actually take this in the afternoons. I'm dreading it was going to be a morning
early
show.
for you, isn't it?
No, it's not actually, because we have a 2-year-old, so...
That's right.
That's
This
right.
2-year-old, Alexandria.
This 2-year-old.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she has made quite an impact on your life, hasn't she?
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, she's sort of, you know, got her own life now, of course.
Do you like having a little girl?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, they're sweet.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Do you sing her to sleep at night?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you sing
What do
her?
you sing? Pretend I'm your little girl.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
Come on, baby, a whole lot of shaking going on. Maybe.
That put me right to sleep.
Yeah.
you sing little lullabies to Alexandria?
I suppose that you could call them that, yeah. Yeah, just old Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard songs mainly.
Jerry
Are
Lee
those
Lewis.
big influences on your
Little
career?
Richard particularly was when I was a kid, yeah. I think he was the first artist that, when I saw him work on a film, because in England we hardly got anything, you know, we had to hear all our records on what was called the American Forces Network. So it was like listening to the radio, trying to hear new popular music and all that. And Little Richard was one of the first that got me. And
Little Richard influenced a lot of people,
oh,
too.
sure.
And just, I guess, retired, at least he says he's retired. Who knows if he'll stay
Well,
that way.
he did have that bad car accident, didn't he, a couple of years ago, and I think that's really put him...
And your wife just recently, for your birthday or your anniversary,
Yeah.
bought you a present?
Yeah, I mean, she got me... I saw Little Richard in the early 60s when he first came to England and was working with the Rolling Stones. They were on the same show. They opened up the thing, and they didn't really have a fan club at that time, so they're kind of a new band, and Little Richard was the big thing. And he had the most spectacular jacket on, and Iman tried very hard to try and find that exact jacket for well, one of my anniversary presents.
That's
and
so
she
good.
got one that was really, but the thing is huge, and I'm thinking that maybe she was conned, because like this is, you could sleep in this thing. It's an absolutely huge jacket, so I don't know where the little came in, Little Richard.
So how did it begin for you? Were you a musician and then a singer?
Well, I was like 8. So I'm not sure what you are at 8. So as soon as I saw all the saxophones, Little Richard's band, though, I thought, well, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to get a saxophone and I'm going to be in his band. I'm going to be a sax player in Little Richard's band. That was my dream at that age. But then I studied art as well, so there was a time when I was a teenager that I didn't know if I was going to be an artist.
But
or
did you take right to
musician.
the instrument?
Yeah, there was a jazz player living locally who was pretty well known in Britain called Ronnie Ross. It was kind of like, I don't know who would he be like over here. I don't know, like Tubby Hayes. And he taught me a little bit on the saxophone.
Do you still play?
No, if I can help it. No.
We're going to pause. We'll come back with David Bowie in just a moment.
The man on the left is wearing a $1,000 suit. The man on the right isn't. The man on the left is wearing a $200 shirt and a $100 necktie. The man on the right isn't. But the man on the right watches Eyewitness News and gets the AccuWeather forecast. So he has a $10 umbrella. Now we ask you, who's the better dressed man? Watch Eyewitness News today so AccuWeather can help you get dressed tomorrow.
David Bowie with us now. Everybody's got a David Bowie album. He's made 30 of them, and this was the very first one. Check it out right there. Huh? What do you think of that guy?
So beautiful. Oh, you weren't talking to me.
David, what do you think of...
Well, it's kind of...
bring back any memories?
Yeah, Rossetti and the pre-Raphaelite. So I made this in 1870. So
You always had a flair. I mean, your albums... Now, look at this guy. Isn't he beautiful? Come on.
How many musicians do you think you've influenced with your music? I mean, you must hear from everyone.
I know how many people I've had give up music since...
It's David Bowie in his wild days.
That's a bit of a problem.
I'll bet you had a lot of fun.
I didn't really have the handle on shaving, so...
And you went through, you know, different periods, and here
I've never seen this one. What is this?
This is Bowie Chameleon,
I've
right
never even... This is... I've got to sue these people. Star Call Records, who the hell are they?
Get them on the phone, Gilman. We want a piece of the action here. Well, look, it's not a bad cover. The many faces of Bowie during the 70s.
That's easy for you to say.
Do you think that...
That's a good cover.
Your album covers are so famous. Do you think that your art influence had a lot to do with you know, the helping design of your covers?
I always thought of what I did as more than just a sort of a musical event, especially in the old days. A lot of it was kind of very theatrically oriented, and the whole thing had a sense of, I wanted a context for everything, so I would be very involved in how the album covers looked and all that.
I mean, they really are
That's
famous.
Twiggy on there.
Yeah, old Twiggy. Remember
Little
her?
Twiggy.
Yeah, sure. I remember the show that you did, the Christmas show that you did with Bing Crosby.
Yeah.
Did you do it in England?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think you did it over there, right.
Those were interesting days. I might have done it in England, or...
You do remember working with Bing Crosby?
I'm not sure if at that time Bing was aware that he was working with us. I think we were both working with each other, but completely unaware. In our different ways, we had a...
But you had a duet together,
An alter... after a fashion, yeah.
Did you not get along with Bing?
It's not that. It was just it was the last part of his life, you know, and I think that he was maybe reminiscing an awful lot in his own mind. So it was, hello, Dave, you know, and then I would go and stand next to him a couple of minutes later and be, hi.
What's
my
your
name's
name?
Bing. Yeah, like that. It happened about 4 or 5 times that day. And I was getting to a point I didn't know if I should be like angry or compassionate. But as I was in my own particular state of mind,
You just didn't care.
I didn't remember who he was either.
Well, at least you both had a Merry Christmas. Now, here's the new CD. Here's the latest CD. And you in charge of this cover as well?
Yes, yeah.
Why are the eyes like that?
Oh, why not?
And then you turn a
Well, I tell you what, it's, I mean, yeah, oh, that's clever. I didn't realise you could do that.
Yes.
That's really good. I guess, well, okay, to become profound for a minute, to kind of juxtapose against the idea of the heathen, I use the eyes of a fish, and the fish, of course, representing Christianity, so it's the, you know, but that's just for me to know.
So this is a brand new album, and David's going to sing a song from it when we come back.
Tomorrow on Live from Dawson's Creek, actor James Vanderbeek. And still ahead on Live, a look at Cosmopolitan Magazine's hottest hunks in America.
Galleries, where furniture is an art. Huntington, Long Island.
David Bowie is going to have his own New York City marathon. He's going to do a different borough. There are 5 boroughs in New York, a different borough every day, starting on October 11th. That's going to be a lot of fun for New York. So here he is performing Everyone Says Hi from his new CD. Here's David Bowie.
They said you took a big trip. They said you moved away. It happened oh so quietly, they say. Love to get a letter, love to know what's what. Hope the weather's good and it's not too hot. Everyone says hi. They said you took a big ship. They said you sailed away. I didn't know the right thing to say. I should have took a picture, something I could keep. I buy a little frame, something cheap for you. Everyone says hi. Everyone says hi. Everyone says, don't stay in a sad place where they don't care how you are. Everyone says hi.
Coming up next on Live, Cosmo's Hunks. And still to come on Live, David Bowie sings Changes.
My son.
Front wheel.
David Bowie.
Shoulda took a picture, something I could keep.
Heathen, the new critically acclaimed album from David Bowie.
Little frame, something cheap.
Featuring Everyone Says Hi
Everyone says hi.
and Slow Burn. Heathen, in stores now.
463-9791.
Thank you guys for doing our show. What'd you think of that, David Bowie? What'd you think of all those hunks?
I was actually having a cup of coffee. So
You missed the hunks?
Oh, the hunks
We
were
have to
fabulous.
get, where are you from in England?
London.
London.
Yeah.
We have to get David a London t-shirt so he
London
can
t-shirt,
participate
absolutely.
in our hunk
It's
contest.
been a big thrill having you on our show.
Do I have to?
Dave, I want you to know it's been a big thrill having you on our show. I
Thank you very much.
for coming. David, the new album is just out. It's already sold 1 million copies. And here's one of the big hits from it. Here's a song called Changes. David Bowie, everybody.
All right.
Still don't know what I was waiting for. Time was running wild in dead-end streets, and every time I thought I got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. Then I told myself to face me, but I never caught a glimpse how the others must see this faker. How much too fast to take that test. To change it. To change it. Didn't want to have to be a richer man, but to change it. To change it. Just wanted to be a better man. Time may change me. I can't trace time. Watch the ripples change their size. Never leave the stream, warm and permanent sand. So the days float through.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by. When it comes